I'm a sophomore in high school, beginning to work on a research paper regarding the internet and how it's changed the world, for better or for worse. Obviously, I'm not a high school sophomore. It's actually Michael Watson who submitted this email to me. Chris@Pirillo.com if you have a series of questions that I might answer in an upcoming video. I'll continue. He says, I know you're very knowledgeable on this topic as you've been covering the internet since it started. Me? Knowledgeable? Michael, have you seen my videos? No matter. By the way, I'm not that old. Got online in 1992. It's sounding like I'm decrepit or something here. You're also an expert in social networking. What does that mean? I have a Twitter account. That makes me an expert? I don't know. I just use the stuff, because it's there. And he says that I know how to bring people together for certain causes. That is true. He says, I was wondering if you can answer a few questions he has for the project. It's going to be due on June 1st, at which point his school district is going to have an expo to present these projects, so other students are doing the same thing. He's also going to be reaching out to John for Lakers, so watch out, John! And hopefully John didn't beat me to the punch. Because if he did, then I'm going to have to leave this as a video response to his video. And if I beat him to the punch, then he's going to have to leave his video as a response to mine, and then I'll have to link back to him, because that's how I roll! Actually, is that what the kids are saying these days? Or am I already dating myself? I dated myself in high school, too. It's kind of pathetic. Here are the questions. Number one, in your opinion, what is the best benefit the internet has given us as society? That's what he asks. And in my opinion, and you might have a different answer, feel free to answer, here in the comments thread for wherever you happen to be watching this video. To me, it's information access. And when I was in high school, back in 1984, the internet didn't exist. I mean, it did, but we didn't have access to it. And it was, an eye-opener when I realized that it would open the door to so much information, and it's held true over the years. The internet's power is in its ability to deliver information, and we're an information society now, and the internet is what has enabled that. And information is power, and we've become a lot more powerful as a global community, a lot more aware, and certainly able to discover more than we could have discovered before the advent of the internet, at least in terms of a global, accessible capacity of the internet. Number two, in your opinion, in what ways has the internet negatively impacted how we interact? Sorry if you heard some jangles, it's Wicket. Do you have something to say, buddy? Come here. What do you think? Oh, sorry if I hit the camera there. What do you think, bud? Here, look at the camera. You gonna give him the answer? How has the internet negatively impacted us? I would say, in terms of negative impact, I think it has... How do I put this? Chances are that right now you could probably go to the page for this video on YouTube and see quite a few people leaving very negative comments. And they're likely doing this because we don't know who they are, by and large. I mean, there's no identity tied into a username necessarily. People are relatively cavalier with being rude to other people. And I think, we've lost a bit of civility because of the internet. I mean, to me, that's how it seems. And for me, that hasn't been the case. I still treat people with the same amount of respect as I would in an offline capacity. I treat everybody as well as I can, or as well as they treat me. So if someone's rude to me, well, I'm going to be rude back. And yeah, if they try to slam me, cut me down, pwn me, I do my best to correct them grammatically. Watch out for their pugs, because chances are they screwed something up. That's what you get when you take on an English teacher. Don't make me. Number three, if someone who doesn't know anything about the internet asked you, maybe he meant if you knew someone who doesn't know anything about the internet asked you, what is the main purpose of the internet, how would you respond? Sorry. I was doing my whole English teacher thing right there in the middle of the question. Seriously, he left out a word, I think. What is the main purpose of the internet? Connection. Whether it's connection to information or connection to people. The internet is a lot like a screwdriver. It's a tool. And it can be used for good or for not so good. And sometimes, have you ever tried to, let's say, nail something into a block of wood using a screwdriver? I mean, it's a tool, but if you're not using the right tool for the job, you're not going to get very far. The results are not going to be, well, very pleasing, or certainly not what you had expected them to be. It's a tool. And if you don't respect that, if you don't understand that this tool that connects you to information, connects you to other people, it's not a toy. It's really empowering, and I want to see the good in the internet. I want to see the good in people. And, in my estimation, it's a service that connects people, not necessarily computers, which, of course, obviously the internet is a connection of cables and wires and connectivity of machines, but, without people, the internet would be nothing. My email address, chris@pirillo.com. Good luck, Michael. Hope you do well with your research project, and I hope to God you're not playing this video in the middle of your project, although that would be interesting. You'd probably get people to stop and see, oh, what does he got going on here? Hey, if you're watching me in the school project, how you doing? My name's Chris Pirillo. You can find me, youtube.com/LockerGnome, twitter.com/Chris Pirillo, and facebook.com/Chris Pirillo. LockerGnome.net is where you can get your free WordPress blog that has the live stream plugin enabled. And then, of course, I also have a chat room. It's a part of a live video feed. And we're typically talking tech 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.